Hey, welcome back to Good Life Tampa Bay. Now it's time to check in and get our Tampa Bay Buccaneers update. It's NFL Week 17, and there's a playoff atmosphere here in Tampa with a lot at stake in this NFC South title game. All right, on this New Year's Day, we're at Raymond James Stadium for the NFC title game matchup, where the visiting Carolina Panthers are playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's check out my pregame matchup. All right, if you can believe this, the irony here is today's NFC South title game matchup pits two sub-500 teams against each other. The struggling and disappointing 7-8 Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the up-and-coming 6-9 Carolina Panthers, who, by the way, have won 3 of their last 4 games under the inspiring interim head coach, Steve Wilks. Want to talk about domination? In the Panthers' 37-23 win last week over Detroit, the Panthers had 570 yards of total offense, and they rushed for 320 yards with their 2 powerful running backs, Deontay Foreman, who rushed for 165 yards, and Chuba Hubbard had 125 yards on the ground. Now, by controlling the ground game, has allowed Panther quarterback Sam Darnold to click very nicely in this offense with play-action passes as he minimizes turnovers while eating up the clock with long, sustained drives. The Panthers are indeed playing good football, and oh yeah, if you remember back in Week 7, they dismantled and embarrassed the Bucs with a 21-3 win over Tom Brady and company. Let's face it, all the momentum seems to be favoring Carolina. That's because Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers continue to be in turmoil on both sides of the ball and have yet to put together 4 quarters of Bucs football that we have become accustomed with. That's because on the offensive side of the ball, the Bucs have been decimated with injuries on the offensive line, and they are dead last in the league in rushing, and they're also one of the league's worst in scoring points. This is after 2 years of having the top scoring offense. The Bucs have struggled in their red zone opportunities and on their third down conversions, which of course forces Brady to try and play catch up through the air. In fact, if it wasn't for Brady's signature come from behind late game heroics, this Bucs team could easily be sitting at 4-12. But you know what? All this doesn't matter today, as Tom Brady is the GOAT and still has the ability to defy the odds. And the bottom line, if the Bucs win, they'll advance to the NFC playoffs and get their ticket stamped to the dance with a chance of playing in Super Bowl 57. So let's check out some of the game highlights from today's NFC South matchup. Right from the get-go, in the game's opening drive, Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold executes a nice play-action pass and calmly steps up in the pocket and hits DJ Moore across midfield with a big 30-yard gain. Then Darnell keeps the offense moving with this quick outside pass to Shi Smith, who picks up another first down to the Bucs' 37-yard line. Then a few plays later, Darnold hits his target again, tight end Tommy Trimble on the 17-yard strike into the end zone as Carolina makes it look so easy against the Bucs defense, going up 7-0 in their opening drive. Now on the Bucs' opening drive, Brady wants to push the ball downfield and unloads a pass down the left sideline to Mike Evans, and for a second, it looked like he had it, but just couldn't hold on. Now those are passes we normally see Evans usually come up with for big plays. Then Brady comes back on this 3rd and long and gets this unbelievable pass protection from his offensive line and connects with the reliable short-handed Chris Godwin, who uncharacteristically fumbles in Carolina territory and gives the ball back to the Panthers. All the momentum here is clearly with Carolina. Okay, now in the second quarter, a composed Darnell completes another play-action pass to Marshall into Bucs territory. And then he converts on this 4th and 3 as the Bucs bring the blitz, and he still hits wide receiver DJ Moore for a first down and controls possession. Then a poised Darnell on a 3rd and 5 hits DJ Moore again on a perfect pass down the left sideline. Despite the great defensive coverage, Carolina puts points on the board and now leads 14-0 midway through the second quarter and has total control of this game as the stunned Bucs fan watch in disbelief as the Bucs struggles continue. Once again having to come from behind with only 2:19 left in the second quarter, the GOAT, Tom Brady, responds with his drop-back pass from his own 37 and unloads a perfect dime into the hands of the speeding Mike Evans for this 63-yard TD to bring life and hope back to the Bucs team, and oh yeah, gets the fans all fired up too. Then, not to be outdone, the Bucs defense capitalizes on that momentum as Darnold turns the ball over on this snap, and linebacker Devin White recovers on the 7-yard line with 2 minutes left before the half. Unable to once again convert in the red zone, the Bucs had to settle for a field goal and went into halftime down 14-10. Now in the second half, Darnold had the Panthers moving down the field in the third quarter, and then on this 1st and 10, he aggressively went for pay dirt, but Sean Murphy-Bunting had the defensive coverage and came up with this key interception to kill the Carolina drive and switch the momentum back to the Bucs. Then Brady and the Bucs went on a long sustained 89-yard drive that stalled on their 9-yard line, but they failed to convert any points as their field goal was blocked and they came away with nothing. And now, giving the ball back to a confident Darnold and the Panthers made the Bucs pay with their own 80-yard drive, culminating in this thread-the-needle strike down the seam to Shi Smith for the touchdown, taking a solid 21-10 lead in the fourth quarter as they celebrated in the end zone, sensing victory. But wait, there's more. The Bucs offense had the ball on their own 43, and Brady went back to pass and had this all-day protection to throw another dime into the hands of Mike Evans, who smoked by his man-to-man coverage and made the Panthers pay with his second touchdown to put them right back in the game and got the Bucs fans believing for another Brady comeback win. Then trailing 21-16 in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left on the clock, Brady moved the Bucs down the field once again to be in position to nail this 30-yard strike in full stride to Mike Evans in the end zone for the TD, which was followed by this successful 2-point conversion to Godwin to take the lead 24-21 with 6:47 left on the game clock. And oh yeah, the Bucs defense came up again with the Panthers on their own 13-yard line with 2:32 left in the game. Outside linebacker Anthony Nelson causes Darnold to fumble with this hit after beating his man on the pass rush. The Bucs defense recovers the ball on the 7-yard line, and ultimately Brady takes the ball on this quarterback sneak from the 1-yard line to make sure the Bucs are on the board with a 30-21 lead after a missed extra point, with 1:58 left in the game, and they ultimately went on to win in this thriller 30-24 for another exciting Tom Brady comeback win to clinch the NFC South title. As Brady and the Bucs came off the field to their locker room, they were greeted and congratulated by a jovial Bucs co-chairman, Joel Glazer, who hugged Brady on the accomplishment. And in my post-game interviews, the Bucs players and coaches seem to regain some of their confidence back as they have made the playoffs through all the adversity they have faced this year.
I felt great. Really proud of our guys and everyone on the team, coaches. We battled through a lot of tough things this year. And happy to win the division. It's always tough to do it. NFL games are tough to win, and we always figure out a way to keep them somehow exciting. Wish they wouldn't be as exciting as we'd be, but happy we got the win, and happy so many guys contributed. Jake made a great play there at the end, and defense came up big for us. Mike came up big, Chris did. So nice to qualify, still got one tough game to go, try to finish strong, and we know that we got a few extra, at least one extra bonus game. I'm gonna try to prepare as hard as we can this week and see how things go.
Every year, we try to win the division. We won the division. Doesn't matter how you win the division. My heart ain't got much left in it, but I feel bruised. We're at one spot we need to be. We can't get to where we want to be unless we win the division. We won the division.
Tom was just dropping dimes. Like, those are some really, really good balls. Like, one of the best I've seen Tom. It's one of the best games I've seen Tom play since he's been here. It's like they were like falling right in my bread basket every time.
Nick, talk about the protection. You provided a lot of great time for Tom today to be able to connect. Talk about the O-line and what you guys produced today.
O-line did a phenomenal job. We got beat a couple times, but at the end of the day, we kept swinging. That was our mindset. Come in, we get knocked down 7 times, we're gonna keep swinging. We're gonna get up 8 and keep swinging. I think the offensive line did a phenomenal job. We weren't perfect, nobody perfect. But at the end of the day, we fought to the very end, and we were very fortunate to come out with a W.
We just make it hard on ourselves, I think, but just to keep coming out and fighting for as long as we can, as hard as we can, is what we're trying to do. So it is frustrating coming from behind, but win's a win.
Tom Brady and the Bucs have the NFC South title in hand, and there's nothing at stake in Week 18 against the Falcons. But the NFC Conference playoff field is still not set, and the battle for the NFC East crown will determine Tampa Bay's Round 1 appointment, as Tom Brady has a chance to capture his 8th Super Bowl ring. All right, on this New Year's Day, that's a wrap for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Raymond James Stadium. For Good Life Tampa Bay, I'm H. John Mejia. Hey, be sure to follow Tom Brady and the Buccaneers into the playoffs at Buccaneers.com. That's Buccaneers.com.